Hello, dear listener. I'm Chaterine Whitmore, and welcome to another episode of Real English Stories, where we learn English through real emotion, simple language, and unforgettable life lessons. Today's story is about trust, betrayal, and strength. It's a story I believe every woman, and indeed every learner, can learn something from. So, make yourself a warm cup of tea and listen closely. Her name is Leona. She was 27 years old at the time and lived in a quiet corner of Yorkshire, in a town where everyone knew everyone and dreams often stayed small, but not Leona's. From a young age, she worked 2 jobs, morning shifts at a florist and evenings cleaning offices. Rain or shine, she never missed a day. For 5 long years, she saved every single pound with one dream: to open her own beauty salon. A lovely little place with white curtains, soft music, and a mirror that made women feel beautiful, inside and out. But life, as it often does, had other plans. One day she met Damien. He was confident, well-spoken, and charming in that careful way that makes you feel seen. He smiled at her like she mattered. He listened to her dreams, asked questions no one else had. He said, "Leona, you're not like anyone I've ever met." Slowly, her world began to include him. They went for coffee. They walked through the Yorkshire Dales on Sundays. Every night they spoke on the phone. He made her laugh. He made her feel safe. And then, one evening, he said, "Let me help you. Let's grow your dream together. I can invest your savings. I know people who double money in 6 months. Your salon could be more than you ever imagined." She hesitated, of course. But he held her hand and whispered, "Leona, don't you trust me?" And she did. She gave him £85,000, every penny she had ever earned. The next morning, there was no message. The next day, his phone didn't ring. By the 3rd day, his number was disconnected. She went to his flat. It was empty. Damien was gone, and so was the dream she had built, pound by pound. She stood in her tiny kitchen and cried, not just for the money, but for the lie. "Why me?" she whispered. Was it all fake? Was I just foolish? She reported it to the police, but without a contract, without clear evidence. They told her it would be difficult. They called it a betrayal, not a crime. And betrayal, dear listener, is a wound the law can't always heal. Her friends didn't understand. Some even blamed her. They said, "You were naive. You rushed in." So she stopped speaking to them. She stopped smiling. She stopped believing. But somewhere, in the quiet of her pain, a voice rose. "Stand up, Leona. Don't let him win." She got a part-time job at a bakery. The pay was small, but the smell of fresh scones in the morning gave her comfort. She saved what she could. She avoided cafes and clothes shops. She was rebuilding herself, not just her wallet, but her soul. Then one night, curiosity led her to search his name again. And there he was. A new profile, a different city, the same smile, a photo with another woman. The caption, "My forever." But this time, she didn't cry. She took screenshots. She opened a notebook and wrote everything: names, dates, messages, bank records. Then she went back to the police. This time, they listened. He was still out there. But she wasn't his only victim. They found 3 more women, all from different parts of the country, all with the same story. One woman, named Holly, answered Leona's call. She was broken. She cried. She said, "He told me I was special." They cried together, and then they healed together. They created a small online page called Dear Sister, Be Wise. They wrote their stories. They shared safety tips. They reminded women that trust is a gift and that betrayal is never their fault. And slowly, messages began to pour in. "I almost gave money to someone like that. Thank you. I thought I was stupid, but now I know I'm not alone." Leona smiled, not because the pain was gone, but because she had transformed it. 1 year passed. She had not forgotten, but she had forgiven herself. And one evening, she looked in the mirror and said, "You lost your money, but you found yourself." She wrote a letter to herself. "Dear Leona, you are not weak, you are not foolish, you are brave, you are healing." Thank you for listening, dear learner. What did we learn today? Some mistakes are not about stupidity, they are about humanity. To trust, to dream, to love, that is not weakness. That is strength. And when life brings us pain, we can choose to rise again, not bitter, but wiser. If you're learning English, I hope today's story helped you grow in both vocabulary and understanding of real emotion. If you've ever been hurt, I hope this reminds you you are not alone. You can always begin again. Until next time, I'm Chaterine Whitmore. Keep learning, keep growing, and above all, keep your heart kind and your mind strong.